everyone! My name is Roxanne Pagarigan, and together with me is my partner.
I am Bethlehem Morales.
For today's presentation, we are going to distinguish the three models of communication under the most essential learning competencies. Models of communication are conceptual models used to explain the human communication process. The first model of communication is the linear model. The linear communication model explains the process of one-way communication, whereby a sender transmits a message and a receiver absorbs it. The channel, sender, and receiver play a crucial role in linear communication. The sender puts an idea, thought, or feeling into a message and transmits this message via channel. This channel acts as the medium and will change the message into a tangible form. For instance, speech, writing, or animation. In its new form, the message is transmitted to the receiver who then decodes it. Examples could include a speech, a television broadcast, or sending a memo. In the linear model, the sender sends the message through some channel such as email, a distributed video, or an old-school printed memo. Another example of linear communication is this video presentation that we are doing right now. I, as the presenter, acts as the sender, the social platform serves as the channel, and you acts as the receiver. Again, always remember that linear communication is a one-way process of communication.
One is the transactional model. Under transactional model, it is the process of continuous change and transformation where every component is changing, such as the people, their environments, and the medium used. Due to this, it assumes the communicators to be independent and act any way they want. Since both sender and receiver are necessary to keep the communication alive in transactional model, the communicators are also interdependent to each other. For example, transactional communication is that possible if the receiver is not listening to the sender. The transactional model is the most general model of communication. Everyday talk and interactions are also a form of transactional model of communication. It is more efficient for communicators with similar environment and individual aspects. For instance, communication between people who know each other is more efficient as they share same social system. In transactional model, efficiency and reliability of communicated message also depends on the medium used. For example, the same message might not be perceived by a person the same way when it is sent through a phone and when it is provided face-to-face. It is because of possible loss of message on a phone call or absence of gestures. Examples of transactional model include a face-to-face meeting, a telephone call, a Skype call, a chat session, interactive training, or a meeting in which all attendees participate by sharing ideas and comments.
Now let's move on with the third model of communication known as the interactive model. The interactive model of communication is a communication process that refers to the exchange of ideas, messages, and information from the sender to the receiver with physical and psychological context. It requires different components for the communication process to work. This model needs an encoder, source, and a decoder. The person who originates a message is the source. The encoder and the decoder are the same person or source. The second source is also encoder as well as decoder. The source acts as an encoder while sending the message and as decoder while receiving the message. The second source decodes the message, then originates another message, encodes it, and sends it to the first source. The source is known to be the encoder and decoder during the act of encoding and decoding. Message. Message is the information sent during the interaction. Feedback. The decoder forms a second message after receiving the first, which is known as feedback. Field of experience. It is the experience and knowledge that the source possesses which affects the message message formation and interpretation. The examples of interactive model is group chat or group discussion. Internet can be taken as the best way of interactive communication as receiver can give feedback even in newspapers and books. Internet has increased the opportunity of interactive communication and it's still evolving. Human-computer interaction is also now considered as interactive communication as the model is circular where the senders interchange every time. Social media, interactive marketing, and user-generated contents. ATM machines, online shopping, chat rooms, etc. are other examples of interactive communication model.